A low-class Saiyan became a high-class pain in the tail for a certain galactic emperor. Hey guys, MasakoX here. Now, Bardock and his TV special are highly regarded in the Dragon Ball universe. Even though he wasn't an original creation of Akira Toriyama's, that honor goes to Katsuyoshi Nakatsuru and the Toei animation team, the father of Goku has been fully adopted into the show's lore. Were Bardock's actions the main reason why Freeza decided to destroy planet Vegeta along with most of the Saiyan race? Well, possibly. Possibly not. Let's have a bit of a discussion. You see, up until recently, it was believed that Lord Freeza acted on his own volition in his bid to destroy planet Vegeta and get rid of the Saiyan scum that he hated so much. But recent additions to the show's lore shifts the focus squarely onto Beerus, the god of destruction of Universe 7. He was the one that was originally going to destroy planet Vegeta, but he couldn't be bothered, so he got someone else to do it. Yeah. So does that mean my discussion is pretty much invalid? Planet Vegeta's fate was sealed irrespective of whoever shot the metaphorical gun. Well, I believe that its fate could have been shifted somewhat, or the whole destruction may not have happened if a certain little Saiyan chose to keep his mouth shut. If Bardock hadn't risen from the woodworks, Planet Vegeta might still be around. Or at least around for a few more decades. Hey, we might have actually got Vegeta as the king of all Saiyans for once. God, imagine that. Beerus, as you know, is a heavy sleeper and an overall lazy person. He is commonly known to take naps that last centuries. A little snooze, that could be, I don't know, maybe just a decade. He instructed Freeza to take care of the Saiyans because he believed them to be a pest. Not a menace, but just a pest. Something that annoyed him, got under his skin, but not quite enough for him to actually do the deed himself, because it was a little out of the way. He couldn't be bothered to go that far across Universe 7 to go and do whatever had to be done, so he gets Freeza and his seemingly unlimited resources to do the task. It's a win-win. He can go for his nap, and the Saiyans are dealt with, so yeah, wash his hands of that one. And this was all because King Vegeta either made an inadequate footrest, or he didn't give Beerus the most comfortable pillow in the universe to sit on. Wow, talk about harsh. Why Freeza though? Well, according to Battle of Gods and Dragon Ball Super, Beerus and Freeza actually got along pretty well because, you know, they share a mutual passion for destruction, they like blowing stuff up. Granted, one's for selfish reasons and one is just because it's his job, but hey, it's all good in the art of galactic obliteration. So with the god of destruction dealing to other important matters such as trying food on different planets and then occasionally destroying a planet because he just feels like it on the way and then going to sleep in order to wait for the Super Saiyan god to come around in 39 years time, Lord Freeza could be left to his own devices. Going back to Freeza, Freeza could have destroyed the planet at any time. It wasn't really much concern. Beerus was asleep for all he knew, and he wouldn't know whether he'd done it then or next week or next year or ever. Beerus would have probably just forgotten. He tends to do that sometimes. Freeza was indeed aware of the Super Saiyan legend and the Super Saiyan god in all the myths and tales that the Saiyans had talked about, but in his mind, they were just that. A legend, a fantasy, a fabrication. Freeza doesn't deal in fabrications, he deals in facts and the here and now. If there is no Super Saiyan or no Super Saiyan God, or let alone any Saiyan that is even remotely close to the strength of his strongest warriors, then pay them no mind, let them go about their business, let them beat each other up. That's how little he cares about the Saiyans initially. That is until Bardock and his crew managed to conquer planet Kanasa, something that Frieza's warriors previously could not do. They had a bit of a barney with the all-seeing fish guys, right? And then Zarbon's hackles got up something rotten, mate. No other members of Frieza's forces could conquer that planet, and then a low-class warrior and his cronies managed to do it? Something wasn't right. As a result, the aforementioned posse got destroyed by Dodoria and his crew on planet Meat on a little ambush mission. Bardock would have been one of those casualties too, had he not been recovering off-planet. If he had been with them, then Bardock would have been killed, and then that would have been that. But thanks to plot convenience, Bardock is able to show up on planet Meat and then avenge his fallen comrades by taking on Dodoria's forces, but it's quite clear that Dodoria is way stronger than Bardock even after his Zenkai boost. So yeah, Bardock's down for the count again. He's lucky to be alive. It's at this point that the Saiyans are becoming a personal annoyance for Freeza, because now they have managed to screw around with Dodoria's elite forces. That ain't right. There's some strong warriors and now they've been destroyed? Ugh, that's gonna take years to train people up to be that caliber again. What a waste of time and resources. Well, better blow them up. Bardock triggered Freeza to destroy planet Vegeta in age 737. All thanks to Goku's dad, who had a kickoff on Kanasa and a duel with Dodoria. Freeza had had enough. Those legends he had heard about are starting to look a little too possible for his own liking. So, out of a mixture of tyranny, menace, and a little bit of internal cowardice, he's now thinking, yes, just be done with those filthy monkeys once and for all. So yeah, Planet Vegeta is deaded. Now you might be wondering where Dragon Ball Minus figures in all of this. I talked about this in a previous video and how it somewhat alters the story of Bardock's origins, and Goku's origins too for that matter. Does that figure here? Well, you have a point. That manga was penned by Akira Toriyama himself, and the Bardock TV special was created by Toei Animation with Toriyama's overall guidance. If you're going to get into a bit of a squabbling match about what's canon and not canon, then you could consider that the Dragon Ball Minus manga is more realistic to what Toriyama's view was. But as Toriyama said on record, he really liked how the TV special came out. He actually shed a tear, it was that good. So in terms of quantifying which one is more realistic and which one isn't, it's a bit hard to say. It's actually pretty subjective. But I will say that the manga states that Frieza intends to destroy Planet Vegeta in 1 month's time. There's a lot of things a guy can do in 1 month. All the events of the TV special could have happened in that time frame, especially when you consider that Dragon Ball Minus's Bardock did not wear his trademark bandana. He could have acquired it after the manga finished. The only really significant change that you need to make is that Goku is sent off into space a lot earlier than he was in the TV special. That's the only thing you really need to change. Either way, I believe that Bardock and his bid to try and save his homeworld actually expedited its demise. The planet was indeed doomed because Beerus told Frieza to actually go and do it. It would have happened eventually, but I think that the Saiyans could have had at least a few more decades to live out their lives and maybe spread themselves across the universe and have some more Saiyans out there. There probably are more Saiyans out there, but in terms of the extinction of the Saiyan race, ultimately it doesn't really matter because Universe 6's Saiyans are all alive and well. However, there is one thing to note. If Bardock did not do all the things he did in the TV special and send Goku off into space, let's just put Dragon Ball Minus out of our minds for the moment, Goku would not have become the savior of Earth. He would have died along with the other Saiyans, and there, all the Saiyans would have been completely destroyed. Their hopes of vengeance would have laid on Vegeta's shoulders. Yeah, Vegeta wasn't really in a state to take on Freeza. It took many Zenkai boosts on Namek for him to even get close. In any case, Dragon Ball's history would have been much different. But if you include Dragon Ball Minus in there again, then you could get a cohesive story somewhat. So what do you guys think? Do you think Bardock was the undoing of the Saiyan race, or do you think Frieza would have destroyed Planet Vegeta anyway because he just felt like it? Leave a comment below and let's get this discussion going. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Until the next one, be sure to like and subscribe. And until then, catch you later.